Hi everyone, my name is Nick Heldman, and today I will be talking to you about advocating for the Earth's environment. And this is my audience. What can you do to make this world a better place? I hope this is the question I hope that has passed through your minds at least once while living on this planet. I believe that everyone should care for the Earth. It is our planet that we all live on, and I hope that we all want to care for the environment in the end to make it a better place. I believe that if each person on Earth were to clean up one thing each day and do a good turn daily to the Earth, it would make it a better place to live on. Today, I will be advocating for the cleanup procedure of our Earth's environment. In doing this, I will highlight two specific environmental problems, and then I will provide some solutions. Let's get to the first point, the problems of our Earth. The problem is that we have too much pollution and it needs to be greener. One example of a part of our Earth that is in great need of help is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in the Pacific Ocean. There is a great patch of garbage floating in the middle of the ocean. This is an example of what can happen when we don't take care of our trash and it gets taken into the drains and dumped into the oceans. It can all end up and clump together in a great mess in one of our biggest oceans and making it less pristine. According to nationalgeographic.org, it says marine debris can be very harmful to marine life in the gyre. For instance, loggerhead sea turtles often mistake plastic bags for jellies, their favorite food. Albatrosses mistake plastic resin pellets for fish eggs and feed them to chicks which die of starvation or ruptured organs. Also, according to nationalgeographic.org, there's enough trash in the Great Garbage Patch to reach from San Francisco, California to Sydney, Australia. I know, just think about this for a moment. I know we as humans don't want to think about it, but it is necessary, and if we want to help, we need to pitch in, as there are many more places like this trash patch in our world that are in need of in our world. Another one that is costing us a clean Earth is a little closer to home. The Hanford nuclear site in southwestern Washington. It is giving off radioactive gases and nuclear waste. It can be managed right, but when it's not, it is very harmful to the Earth, putting nuclear radiation into its soil, destroying all sorts of plant life and foliage. For example, when it's not treated, according to Wiki Hanford site, many early safety procedures and waste disposal practices were inadequate, and government documents have confirmed that Hanford's operations released significant amount of radioactive materials into the air in the Columbia River. In 1989, the state of Washington, U.S. Environmental Protective Agency, and the U.S. Department of Energy entered into the Tri-Party Agreement, which sets targets or milestones for cleanup. It later went on to say that the DOE found water intruding into at least 14 single-shell tanks, and that one of them had been leaking about 640 U.S. gallons per year into the ground since about 2010. In 2007, the Hanford site represented 60% of high-level radioactive waste by volume managed by the U.S. Department of Energy and 7 to 9% of all nuclear waste in the United States. Hanford is currently the most contaminated nuclear site in the United States and the focus of the nation's largest environmental cleanup. Hanford is a major problem that can be fixed. Now that we've stated the problems with our Earth, I will suggest some solutions that could help us clean up in the end. I believe that a solution that would help this situation would be to use more biodegradable materials in the world. So, for example, the garbage patch doesn't get higher or bigger than it already is, and that we can cut down on our paper and trash clogging up our waterways. Other things that would be good to do are plant more trees, trying to replace each one as they're used, and to compost our food waste more. Use recyclable water bottles and reusable shopping bags when going to the grocery store. There are some ideas that I think could help us progress towards our goal and make the earth greener. To support this, I found a few quotes to show how places like the Garbage Patch and Hanford are already showing initiative to help reduce their own eco-footprint and expedite the cleaning of the area around them, making it greener and more appealing to look at. According to nationalgeographic.org, scientists and explorers agree that limiting or eliminating our use of disposable plastics and increasing our use of biodegradable resources will be the best way to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It later went on, according to Hanford.gov, in more than 25 years of cleanup, vast amounts of progress have been made, including fixing 1,300 waste sites, demolishing 800 facilities, and removing 16 million tons of contaminated soil and debris from sites along the Columbia River, and treating 15 billion gallons of groundwater. Now to review. Let's move on to wrapping this up and hopefully cementing into our heads what we can do to help this planet Earth. Today I spoke about the problems facing Earth and the solutions I think we can employ to get there. Once again, if one person pitches in and does one thing a day to help clean up the Earth, we will be living on a much cleaner earthly environment day by day, and under great care this Earth will prosper green and blue, clean again. Now that you've learned and hopefully know what you can do to do your part, I hope you will join me on this journey of the cleaning and the healing of planet Earth. Thank you.